All right, Matt the Mortgage Guy here with my buddy Doug Reynolds, Coldwell Banker, one of the best agents in town, one of my favorite agents. And something that I'm having a conversation with a lot with folks is I talk to them and they bring up to me that they're moving out of state and they want to sell. And in this super sensitive market, I know that not all agents are created equal. And there may be some things that, for a math guy like me, have a huge return on investment as far as getting your house ready to sell. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing with sellers in this super sensitive market.
Yeah, it's a good question. So although the market definitely favors sellers right now, there's not a lot of houses available. There's a lot of buyers looking to purchase. It's still a very sensitive market favoring sellers. And what I mean by that is you can't just wing it and expect to do really well. You can't just overprice it and think, just because the market's favoring sellers, I can get any number I want. Yeah, you're gonna sell it for top dollar, you're gonna do well, but you can't just invent some new number for, a special unicorn buyer is the term for it there, as far as just some random person coming about and paying more than crazy amount, right? So doing that heavy lifting up front is how you have success as a seller. It's getting your house ready to go on the market. If you're living in it, it's working with your agent to clear out probably half the stuff, get it boxed up, clear out the counters and tidy up and do some touch-up painting and clean the flooring or replace some stuff and fix up some things here and there that need to be visually sort of rehabbed and stuff. I'm not talking about spending tons of money. I'm talking about properly presenting your house in the right way. If you're not living in the home, then putting in the money to stage the property. I've got an incredible stager that's very reasonable. You're talking about spending maybe $2,000 to stage your property, and you're probably going to end up getting $10,000, $15,000 more in the sales price because of the way that staging makes your house present to the buyer. It's incredible the difference between walking into a vacant, empty home and walking into a house that is properly staged. Emotionally, buyers just fall in love. They gotta have it. Oh my gosh, this house is incredible. They understand mentally it's not their things and this isn't the couch that they're gonna have, this isn't their decor, yet it just looks so inviting, so beautiful. They can picture themselves there and it turns into this gotta have it type thing, especially when it comes to pricing. If you price it right, it's gonna be something where buyers are gonna go, oh my gosh, this is a great house. It looks good. The pictures are incredible and it's priced right. So I know there's going to be other buyers just like me that are going to be competing for it. And it's going to make people actually push themselves. Oh my gosh, there's going to be other offers. I've got to go higher. I got to go higher. I got to go higher. Well, if you start at that kind of crazy high spot, a lot of buyers are going to go, whoa, that's already pushing even above where the comps are right now. I'm going to stay away from that. And it's incredible how much pricing can affect your eventual sales price. It's what you eventually sell at. And buyers nowadays, they're so educated. They know exactly the ins and outs of the neighborhoods that they're looking in. They know the comps. They know that one around the corner just sold 2 months ago and they had 4 offers and it went above list price and it did this and it did that. And so if you can have that package of pricing it right, it shows well, and you've got really good marketing on the property, then you're going to have the natural competition of the market push it to a place that you probably wouldn't have got had you started there. For example, I've got a property that's actually closing escrow today. It was listed around $460. I had a dozen offers on the property and we're gonna end up selling it above 510. It's above that even. So you can see there that priced it right and the buyers pushed themselves knowing there was competition there. And that's how it works as a seller on just kind of doing the things right. Even though this market is favoring you as a seller, don't shoot yourself in the foot and just be lazy and just throw it on and snap some pictures with an iPhone and I'm just leave the laundry on the floor right. And that kind of stuff.
Right. I definitely see that. Just as a real estate enthusiast, investor, somebody who likes real estate, I'll click on sometimes and I'm poking through the various sites where you can look at real estate and I'm like, holy heck. Like, one, this is priced $80,000 more than everything else, and two, like, who took these photos? Was it a third grader that was had a project for school and they took some this way and some this way. And, that's truly a disservice to the seller, and you know it and I know it. The market is great for a seller, but you can't willy-nilly it. It doesn't fix all.
It's so sensitive that properties are expected to go pending within a week in this market. And so if you haven't gone into escrow as a seller if you hit that 14, 15 day mark, the market goes from, I'm going to compete over this property, to, it hasn't sold yet. They're desperate. Why have they not got an offer yet? And the market just switches on a dime on you as a seller. You do not want to be in that position in this market. If you have not gone into escrow and you're over 15 days, the immediate thought of all buyers is there's something wrong with that house. They're desperate. I'll probably just maybe send them a lowball offer or something, compared to pricing it right. And they're going, I got to go up here because everyone else is going to go up here. I'm going to overprice it. You want to be in that first category as a seller. You do not want to be chasing the market after that and trying to convince people, there's nothing wrong with my house. It's great and all that. It's incredible, the mental aspect that goes into this. And so you've really got to factor that in as a seller. Another thing is your price point. The house might be worth $660 or something. And you really want to, as a seller, you're like, oh, well, it's worth $660. Well, there might be a lot of people that have their search set up at $650 and below. So if you price it at $655 or $660, there might be hundreds of people that actually don't see that house. Pricing it at $650 opens it up to a ton of more people. It actually is going to create more competition. You probably end up selling it for $670 than if you had just listed $660 from the beginning. So that's a factor as well to kind of factor in with your agent.
Yep, the psychology of real estate. It's good, man. Thanks.
No problem.